What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to part 2 of my Law of Attraction series, where I give you my second method on blasting past those sticking points with the Law of Attraction. So let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. I do drop spiritual tutorials every single week, and I think that they would make a positive impact on your life. All right, so let's get right into the meat of the video. All right guys, so as I said in part 1 of my series, the Law of Attraction is a bit on the clunky side. There's a lot of work that you have to do, and it really instills a sense of duality, which spirituality is all about unity. So if you want a deeper understanding on why the Law of Attraction may not be the fastest, most efficient way for you to experience the life that you really want to live, go back and check out my video here, and it will link you to that. I do an in-depth analysis, and then at the end of that video, I give an excellent method for blasting past those sticking points with the Law of Attraction. Now, that's not to say that the Law of Attraction doesn't work. It absolutely does. There's just, more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. It's kind of like thinking of getting from point A to point B. You can walk there, but you can also drive there. So one way is a little bit faster and more efficient than the other. And that's the method that I'm going to talk about right now. So this method is called reality transurfing. Now, this was first made popular. I think the gentleman actually coined the phrase. The guy's name is Vibrational, and I'll link his video right here. He is a Russian quantum physicist that came up with the concept of reality transurfing. Now, it's a pretty in-depth topic. I learned the basics of this about 2 years ago, and it has been transformational. You literally can just experience anything that you want to experience in life. As I say, it is pretty in-depth. If you really want to get into it, go check out the video. I'm just going to teach you guys the basics because the basics has been working great for me. So the concept has to do with there are an infinite number of possible parallel realities that all exist now. They all exist in the now, okay? It's not someplace off into the future. Or a lot of times when you're, doing the Law of Attraction, you're thinking that I am here, I don't have something, what I want is way over there, and I have to work hard to attract it. No. With the theory of parallel realities, infinite number of parallel realities, all of those realities exist right now. Why do they exist? Because they're thought forms that you are holding. So those thought forms create that reality. It's just a matter of you sending enough of your energy and your focus to that reality so that you experience it. And experiencing it is a lot easier than trying to manifest it and create it from scratch and attract it from way over there. As a matter of fact, you can even think of all of those parallel realities exist within arm's length. They're all right here. They're all right here. All of those realities, they're all right here in the now, okay? Not some future time and not some far off distant place, okay? They're all right here within arm's reach. So now what you want to do is you want to lock on to the frequency of that parallel reality. Open up that heart chakra. Feel the overwhelming joy. Feel how you would feel if you're already experiencing that parallel reality. And that allows you to lock on vibrationally to that reality. And then you're able to simply experience. Give thanks that you've already experienced it. Now, if you want a little bit of science behind this, I'm going to link a video right here. It's a pretty interesting video where scientists were doing these experiments with protons, some of the tiniest nano-sized little particles, and they noticed that the protons behaved differently when they were observed. It's almost like they knew that they were being watched. And so that suggests that the protons may have consciousness. Now, science has not been able to prove consciousness, but science is a little bit behind. If you're spiritual, you know a little bit more than the scientists, but I digress. Anyway, but think about this though. If those little tiny particles have consciousness and they respond to awareness, we live in a soup of awareness, and you are a conscious creating center. So it makes sense that you can consciously become aware and lock on to a reality that is made up of particles that all have consciousness. So now you're locked in to that reality, and it's a lot easier to experience it. And they also explain in the video how the infinite number of possibilities, they're all micro little particles that kind of look like a wave. And then when you focus on, in other words, you choose the reality that you want, the protons act different, the particles act different. They congeal, they conform to the energy that you're giving it. So if you're sending that energy, the gratitude that it has already happened, that's your reality, and you're sending all of your intention, your joy, your love, your abundance, all of that positive, strong energy from your heart, which is the strongest transmitter of energy, then that reality conforms and congeals to your perception of it, and you just simply experience it. Isn't that a lot easier just experiencing it than having to build it from scratch? And so now you get this sense of completion because you are consciousness. Those particles that make up the parallel reality that you want to experience, they're also consciousness. So you get this identity of unity, and you just be. So you're identifying with absolute abundance. It's a lot easier to experience absolute abundance when you identify as absolute abundance. You're on that frequency. You're emitting abundance. You don't have to attract abundance. You are abundance. You're absolute abundance. And you're on the frequency of everything that is abundant, and that's the only thing that you're going to experience. When you are on the frequency of absolute love, you don't have to attract love. You don't have to attract your twin flame and your soulmate and all of this. You are absolute love. You're emitting love. And the only thing that you're going to experience in your physical reality is love, because that's a vibrational match for you. So this is how you experience the life that you really want to live. So now you see that you are in conscious union with the thinking particles, the conscious thinking fabric of the universe. And now you assume that identity and you simply experience it. Even when you say, I am absolute health, that's a high vibrational statement. The cells of your body have consciousness. So the cells of your body, now the lower vibrational cells that hold the disease or the virus or whatever it is, those cells have to be deleted of that lower vibration, or that vibration has to be raised to match the dominant vibration of higher energy of absolute health that you are now identifying with. So you see how much more powerful this is when you emit the signal as the absolute thing that you wish to experience, that you are. So if you are absolute abundance, you don't have to attract abundance, because you are abundance, and then the only thing you experience is abundance. Now, another principle that is in the reality transurfing concept is the concept of pendulums. So pendulums are a collective consciousness from a particular group. And they're thought forms that are a little, they're kind of easy to get sucked into. So, if you're watching the news, it's real easy to get sucked into the momentum of that pendulum swinging, where you get sucked into, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, or it's the Democrats versus the Republicans, or, You know, it's your favorite sports team, they lost, and so the collective consciousness is negativity towards your sports team. When you're keeping your vibration high and you're identifying with the absolute purity of what it is that you want to become, because you've already become it, your vibrational frequency is very sensitive. So now you can actually identify what is a pendulum. In other words, what is not your thought. The thought may be the thought of the pendulum that is gaining momentum, but you don't have to buy into that because your thought is here. You're immediately going to be kind of alerted when there are frequencies and thought forms that are not on your level, and that allows you to stay out of getting caught up in the momentum of that pendulum. Again, check out the book Reality Transurfing. It explains it much more in depth. That's all that I need to know about that concept so that I can keep my vibration pure. But if you want to go more in depth, definitely check out Reality Transurfing. Now, I'm glad you guys stuck around to the end because I want to give one last tiny little tweak to how to really bring this into full swing. So what I like to say is I give thanks that I have experienced the physical reality of X. Now notice how I broke that down. I give thanks, so it's already happened, that I've already experienced the physical reality of. This has already happened. So in your mind, it's already done. And since it's already done, now there's not questions of will it happen, will it not happen, am I worthy, do I deserve it, all this other self-sabotaging nonsense that we tell ourselves from indoctrination as a child, but that's a different video. But once it's already done, there's no question. And so your mind counts it as done, and then you receive the physical evidence, visually, physically, that it's done. So what I like to say to manifest, I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of. Now, here's where I get a little quirky. You guys can try this if you like, if you don't like it, but I say, and this is a Mike Dooley thing, I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, I got that promotion. Or I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, the love of my life said yes to a date. I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, my client signed the big deal. I'm throwing emotion in there. Again, I give credit to Mike Dooley for that. He always says woohoo, and if you don't know who Mike Dooley is, definitely look him up. He's an awesome spiritual teacher. Shout out to you, Mike Dooley, if you're watching. But notice that allows you to put a little bit more emotion in it, in a high vibrational emotion of joy. I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, XX happened, fill in the blank. And so you're adding the emotion, you're adding the gratitude, and you're adding the past tense that it's already done. And now, here's the extra part. Here's the turbocharge that you put on top of it. You say, how can it be even better than that? Okay? And if you check out this video, how to conquer fear, anxiety, and overthinking, I give that technique in one of the techniques on how to debunk fear, ask how you want it to turn out, and then ask how can it be even better than that. Well, so go back and watch that video. But you can apply that to this concept. I give thanks that I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, fill in the blank, and then ask yourself, how can it be even better than that? And then really think, how could it be better than that? And then say, I've experienced the physical reality of saying, woohoo, I received that, $10,000 wire transfer that I was supposed to get a month ago. Whatever it is, you guys have your own things that you're supposed to experience in your life. But there's no limit on how high you can ask, how can it be better? And so now you end up taking what you originally wanted and then taking it to the next level past what you ever expected to get in the first place. So it's almost like that concept, aim for the stars, land on the moon. All right, guys, so Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. One final thing that I will just kind of add is when you are vibrationally linked in and tuned in to the experience that you want to experience, you're going to receive the synchronicities, okay? And I know everyone is at different levels spiritually. Some of you may understand that you have spirit guides. Some of you may not be there yet. Whatever it is, you're going to get your signs that you're vibrationally on track. Maybe you're thinking about changing course and going after your life purpose. You might start seeing your birthday show up on the clock, on license plates, on receipts. And that's your spirit guides encouraging you to stay on that track. And then you may get a little off track, get your vibration low, you might get a little discouraged, and then boom, your spirit guides come in and boom, they give you that sign. You see 821, August 21st or something. That's not my birthday, but I'm just giving an example where they will encourage you when you get off track. So you will know a lot of times when you're vibrationally aligned with a particular, they call it life track. When you're vibrationally aligned with your life track, you're going to get a lot of different signs. Of course, the big one is 1111. You might start seeing 555 everywhere, which says that there's a really big change on the way. So you're going to get these signs. Your guides that are assigned to you, your team in the unseen, they are letting you know that you're vibrationally aligned with where you're headed. And when you get off track, they will encourage you when you need to be picked up by giving you that sign when you weren't sure if you were still on track or not. So just understand that you're not alone. You've got a lot of help that you don't even know about, that you don't even see. So don't take things so seriously. Just be what you want to experience. Emanate that signal and just simply experience it. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope that this really helps with you guys. Please leave some comments down below on some of your ways of manifesting and experiencing the life of your dreams. If you know anyone that you feel that this video can really help, please share this video with them. And if you found value in the video, please give it a like. All right? As always, light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Thank you, guys.